Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by or coming across my YouTube channel, you are highly welcome. Please, I beg you for this favor, click on that red button that says subscribe. Beside the red button is a notification bell. Turn the bell on so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first person to check it out. I appreciate each and every one of you who always come back to watch my videos. Like you know, I present news on daily basis to you. So after watching the video, you are free to criticize and leave your comment constructively. Share the video. Yeah, you can share it to your family, friends, anybody that you can, so that they themselves will be informed. Now I present to you another interesting or informative video which we are going to watch together. Yeah, I'm going to watch this video together with you. Then we'll come to the comments.
We're writing a whole lot of junk about us, that we are just on Facebook, that I'm in London. They dared me to come back, and I told them that I was coming home, and I did come home. When I arrived, I was arrested. I was taken to Abuja. I was confined to a very tiny space. I was chained like a common criminal. I was handcuffed. They tried to break me, but they know that that is impossible. They can attest to it. They mocked me that I will rot in jail. Some prayed very fervently, those who are against Biafra, agents of darkness, that I should die in jail. But the walls of prison and detention couldn't keep me. I told Jubril, now, or should I say Buhari, before he died and was buried in Saudi Arabia, that he was a madman. I called him a madman in his own court because I know that he cannot do anything about it. SH0CKING sent me and not man. So there is nothing any human being can do to me or to the wider body of IPOB for that matter. I told the court of Bintan Yako that they cannot jail me, and they did not. I called the dead Buhari, an illiterate madman, in his own court, and I walked away. I cannot recall anybody being able to do so in the history of the damnable zoological republic. With very few and notable exceptions, men like Femi Fani Kayode, who is very dear to me, and also the ex-governor of Ekiti State, Ayofayoshe. The two men I respect very much, I must say, from the West. There is no other human being that has been able to rise up to challenge the murderous tendencies of the late Buhari. Buhari died because he dared to touch me. And I must warn everybody, especially those who are harboring ill will towards me, that what happened to Buhari will also happen to them. Buhari was replaced with a man, that very thing from Sudan, Jubril. A very special program is coming up next month where I will completely and totally unmask Jubril. Complete and total. With DNA evidence and forensic pictorial evidence, it will be clear to the whole world that the person in Aso Rock is fake. Jubril. They are trying to use INEC disqualification to bar him from contesting so he can run back to Sudan. That is not going to happen. I won't let them. He will contest. And the zoo will crumble with him. They know this. That's why they're running helter-skelter, claiming he doesn't have a certificate. As if they never knew. Since 4 years ago, that man that is now dead and buried in Saudi Arabia is a stark and compound illiterate. The very worst kind. An evil genocidist who is now decayed and only skeletal in the grave. that shall befall anybody that rises against IPOB. And they know it. They mocked me after I came out of prison. Even those that I'm older than, even the age mates of my first son, Nemeka, maybe because of the way I look, they will say what these young men are doing. Apart from maybe 4 or 5 people in Ohaneze, I am older than every other Ohaneze executive member. But when you hear them talk about me and IPOB, you think we're a bunch of teenagers. I don't blame them. They're a product of a dysfunctional system. They gave me very stringent bail conditions. I hope IPOB family members are listening very quietly, because what I have to tell you is extremely important. So you must pay attention. They gave me the bail conditions so that I wouldn't speak, so that I cannot rally, to muzzle me, so that I'll just be in my father's house and then go to court once in a while. The same thing they did to the now estate developer in Owerri. I told them, no, you cannot cage me, you cannot muzzle me, it's not possible. I went out and I defied every stupid restriction placed on my person, so that IPOB can be alive and our restoration of Biafra well on course. The powers that be didn't like it. Their Igbo collaborators did not like it. Some of them in government houses did not like it. Ohaneze didn't like it because I said no to voting in Anambra. And I have my reasons, and I'll go to that later. Obiano said I shouldn't come to Ekulobia, that he will kill me with the Zoo army. We broke Ekulobia. Therefore, he said I shouldn't come to Ebonyi. I went to Ebonyi with the longest convoy in history. As I was entering Abakaliki, part of our convoy was still in Enugu. We broke the cordon. 6 fortified military checkpoints. I got down from my vehicle and I walked through all of them. I dared them to shoot me. We went into Abakaliki and we shot Abakaliki down. When we got to the front of the government house, I asked my driver to stop, so I can greet some of the people working for Devuma, to let them know that Ebonyi is Biafra. After our rally, on my way out of Abakaliki, they stopped me again and asked me to turn around. And I told them that it would not happen. We broke that very cordon too, and we got home safely that very evening. I went to Obibo. In Iguacha. We locked Iguacha down for 6 hours. There was no movement. Yes, and Wike did not ask army to kill me. He never tried to intimidate me nor to molest me. We rallied peacefully as we normally do, and we went back home. Ohaneze and Igbo governors got together and said this cannot continue. That Nnamdi Kanu is heating up the polity. They decided to kill me. It was these men that physically applied to Asarok to have me killed. They couldn't do it. After all, Buhari was dead, buried in Saudi Arabia. They had to do something very quickly. At the expiration of the 103 days of his shambolic medical trip to London, they sent that thing from Sudan, Jubril, to come back to spearhead the attack against me. the person controlling that very project is a man that some of you know as Abba Kyari. I understand we are still having some difficulties. Is that correct? No, they said the volume is a bit too high. I don't know if that is correct. They must let us know if it is better now. If it's better now. You know, it's been a while, so I'm having to do all the technical work myself. It's been about 4 years. So you must bear with me. You must bear with me. I do apologize for any shortcomings in our technical output this very evening. When Jibril came back, a lot of Igbo men that call themselves politicians and political leaders arranged for me to be assassinated. They pleaded and pleaded and pleaded. Because our 30th of May celebration, our sit at home last year was successful. That led those Alamajiri youths, I don't know where they got them from, to issue a quit notice at the instigation of Arewa Consultative Forum. Our people must listen very carefully. Arewa Consultative Forum pressured Nyanwood and Ohaneze and Southeast governors to do something about me. When they talk about me, they don't tell you the truth. I was the one that went to Waldo's house when he was in the USA to look for him, to greet him. I went with Evangelist Eliotuko. I went back again when he returned, and we had very sumptuous lunch together. And I told him that this is what I stand for. I want Biafra. Because of all the maltreatment, because of all the humiliation, because of all the shame that Nigeria over the years have compelled us to go through as a people, that I cannot take it anymore. I want to be free and I want to die a free man. He asked me, what do I intend to do? And I told him, most respectfully, that I will engage in civil disobedience. I will boycott every boycottable until the zoo accedes to my demand for a referendum. That I won't fight anybody. He said it's okay, but I should consider an umbrella election. I told him no. We've been voting since 1953, if I'm not mistaken. What has come of it? Absolutely nothing. The zoo, as a contraption, instead of going forwards, is always going backwards every blessed year. Things are getting more difficult. Our children are dying in the Mediterranean. They are drowning. Our daughters have nobody to marry them because most of our men, our brothers, our uncles, our cousins are in severe difficulties abroad. Some are in jail, some are struggling. Some will have to marry somebody from that very country where they are domiciled to be able to get their papers. Nobody is interested in our sisters back home. And I told Chief that I cannot go through life like this. I cannot tolerate this any longer. That something must give way. That I have no interest in being the leader of Biafra. I have no interest in politics. All I want is for our people to be free. I explained to him very calmly and with respect. We took pictures, we had lunch, and we went away. But they went behind my back to plan to kill me when I did nothing wrong to them. They came to my house, as we all know, on the 14th of September of last year to kill me and every living being in my house. Now I am in Israel. That is no longer possible. Even the young lady you call Aisha Buhari, I'm older than her, as a matter of fact. Aisha Buhari, the wife of the late Muhammadu Buhari, I am older than her, said that Nnamdi Kanu intimidated the Nigerian army into submission in a speech she made on Monday. That was October the 9th, last year, 2017. Perhaps fueled by the fact that her husband was dead. She spoke out of turn. It's there for all to see. She actually said that Nnamdi Kanu ran riot because my husband was not in Nigeria. That's what she said. This is supposedly the first lady. That was when they concluded their plans to kill me. I don't know if Britain is involved, but when I return to the UK, we shall find out. Okezie Ikpeazu, Dave Umahi, Niawodo had their statements prepared for my obituary. They had gone to plan with the traditional rulers of all the other geopolitical zones in the zoo to come down to address Biafrans on why my death was a good thing for our people. Go through Okezie Ikpeazu's statements, it's all there and self-evidently so. The Ohaneze Ndi Igbo political class, Southeast governors, used Fulani military apparatus to try and assassinate me the same way they've been doing, or as they did in Aba, Tumpo, Nisha, Enugu, Iguacha, in Aba. All we are asking for is for our freedom. But Igbo men that claim they are politicians brought death to us. When you ask them, but what wrong have we done? They say we are heating up the polity. That's all. We've explained to them time and time again, we want to be free. Perhaps some of you are comfortable being slaves to Fulani people. IPOB is not comfortable and can never ever be comfortable with it. We made it very clear and shall continue to make it very clear that we are not retreating. We cannot surrender. It's either Biafra or we die getting Biafra. Mind you, it was these semi-Igbo politicians that crafted my bail conditions. Some of you do not know. They wanted to cage IPOB the same way they caged MASOP and rendered it useless through financial inducements and military intimidation. Even those that claim they're part of the intelligentsia, when they go to Abuja, they lose their voice, they cannot speak on behalf of our people. They are humiliated day after day for daring to demand what is right for their people. The only time that they have anything tangible to say to us is every 4 years during the time to vote. But come next year, we will tell these corrupt politicians that Biafra land belongs to Biafrans. All we're interested in is freedom, our liberty as a people, equity, and fairness that we will never, ever, ever negotiate away. If indeed, as we know, that IPOB is fighting for all the things that I've elucidated above, why is it that Ohanaeze Ndigbo and some Igbo governors would like to have me killed? Why do they want me dead? That is a question for Biafrans to ask them. Only they can explain. Okezi Bazo received stolen items from my house by the Zoo military. In due course, all these things will be revealed. My voice is very low, is that correct? Is that what they're saying? Okay. You must bear with us. This is Radio Biafra, please. If you're joining us for the very first time, it's important that you know that we are slightly unorthodox here. We don't do things the way other people do it. We are very, very different, with remarkable results at the end of it. I can assure you of that. I talked about the death of Muhammadu Buhari and the unmasking of Jubril, which obviously didn't go down well with some Fulani people and the government. Sokoto Caliphate and their collaborators in Biafra land felt that the best thing to do is to get rid of me. When I left prison, in case we've forgotten, IPOB successfully checkmated Fulani headsmen. All the activities in Biafra land were paralyzed. I ensured, and I made sure of it. Southeast governors never said anything when Fulani headsmen came and invaded Enugu State. South governors never said anything when the entire Delta states were under siege for months at a time before I left prison. When I came out, I ensured that headsmen activities in Biafra land were reduced to the barest minimum. We met them, we comforted them, and we drove them back. At no time during the Fulani terror headsmen menace did any governor, including Ohanaeze, invite Fulani soldiers to come and kill somebody. Understand this very carefully. At no time during the entire period of Fulani terrorism and rampage through our land did anybody call for assistance from the military or from Asarok. But the only person to come out to ensure that the stupidity of Fulani headsmen was brought to an end in Biafra land was targeted by these same people for elimination. Within 4 weeks of leaving Kuje prison, I successfully, through IPOB intelligence and volunteers, stopped over 80% of Fulani terror attacks in our land. The statistics are there. Go and check what was happening in Biafra land before I left prison and what became of Fulani headsmen once I was out. Southeast governors and Ohanaeze proscribed IPOB under pressure, I hasten to add, from very violent Alamajiri youths that asked us to quit the North. Just because of our 30th of May, that was as successful as anything they've ever seen before. Ango Abdullahi, the chief sponsor of all these Alamajiri youths, Arewa Consultative Forum. They are the ones now visiting Owerri. And a certain former freedom fighter, Ango Abdullahi, and Al Mustafa. They said they will bring the war to me. Igbo governors and Ohaneze were terrified of their masters. They agreed that Nnamdi Kanu should be killed. Not only myself, but my men, my father and my mother, and the rest of my family. Meanwhile, the Fulani headsmen that came down to Enugu, to Nimbo to be very precise, to massacre and to pillage, left unscathed, left completely untouched. Nobody touched them. Ohaneze never issued a statement calling for the arrest and prosecution of those people. But they found it expedient to demand for Fulani soldiers to come to Afaruku to kill me and my people. But I said to them that IPOB is here to restore Biafra. No amount of trash talk online, no amount of blackmail, because we are used to it. IPOB is used to it. We are baptized in the fire of battle from day one. There is nothing that these people say or write about us that phases me. As a matter of fact, if they don't speak ill of me, I get worried. Those that know me know this very well. The only fuel I need to propel this agitation forward is the hatred other people feel for us. I feed off it. And that is why Biafra must come. On 2 occasions, I was invited to meet Southeast governors. And as Governor Mahi have candidly testified just a few days ago on BBC Igbo, I did nothing wrong. He admitted that Nnamdi Kanu did nothing wrong. I told Igbo governors and Ohaneze, if you want me to stop the agitation for Biafra, please go to Abuja and get me something. Get me a concession. I will not drop Biafra without a concession from you. And I made it very clear to them that if they want us to be free as a people, all they needed to do at that material point in time is to support me. Then Arewa will have no choice than to accede to our demand. At least parts of it. Because it's numerous. But when their ogas from Arewa called them and told them that what I was doing cannot be allowed to continue, they caved in. Partly because of their jealousy of the popularity and respect that IPOB commands amongst our people. It was Ohaneze and Igbo governors that stopped the federal government of the zoo called Nigeria from negotiating with IPOB. Go and ask them.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.